So what's at the very edge of the universe? It's a question that's bugged people for ages, scientists and space fans alike. But now, the James Webb Space Telescope, JWST, might just have the answer. It's been peeking way out there, and recently, it shared some pretty wild news. When we say the edge of the universe, we're talking about what we can actually see. It's all the stars, galaxies, and stuff that our telescopes can pick up from here on Earth. But that's just a tiny piece of the whole thing. Nobody really knows how big the entire universe is, but the part we can see is about 93 billion light-years across. A light-year is a crazy distance, like 5.88 trillion miles. So yeah, it's huge. The universe is also growing super fast. As it gets bigger, gravity pulls matter together, making stars, galaxies, and planets like ours. And that's how we got all the cool things we see in space today. Even though space is vast, most of it is totally empty. If you shrunk our solar system down to the size of a quarter, the next star over would still be 2 soccer fields away. And that's just in our own Milky Way galaxy, which is only one of billions out there. So why can't we see everything? 2 things. First, light takes time to travel. When we look at distant stuff in space, we're seeing it as it was way in the past. The farther away it is, the further back in time we're looking. Second, the universe is expanding. Stuff is moving away from us as space stretches. This makes light from far away look redder. Eventually, some things will be too far away to see at all. What's past the edge of what we can see? There are a few ideas. One is that the universe just keeps going forever. Another is that it's finite but loops back on itself, like a giant ball. And a third idea is the multiverse, that our universe is just one of many, each with its own rules. That's where the James Webb Space Telescope comes in. It can look super far back in time. Recently, it spotted 6 huge galaxies that were around just 500 to 700 million years after the Big Bang. Scientists were expecting smaller, newer galaxies, but these were massive, like the Milky Way. Some are even bigger than we thought possible. The telescope sees things we can't with our own eyes. It uses infrared light to pick up faint light from old stars and galaxies. It's like a time machine, showing us what the universe looked like 13.5 billion years ago. Because the universe is only about 13.7 billion years old, this find has turned everything upside down. These universe-breaker galaxies don't fit our old models. Scientists thought galaxies started small and grew slowly, but these ones are huge right from the start. When they saw the telescope's photos, they were surprised. Scientists can use the telescope to figure out what these galaxies are made of, how big they are, and how far away they are. This discovery wasn't even what they were mainly looking for, it was a total surprise. Some of the things they're seeing might even be supermassive black holes. The telescope also found the oldest, most distant galaxies ever. The light from these galaxies took over 13.4 billion years to reach us. Astronomers measure how far away galaxies are by looking at their redshift. The higher the redshift, the farther away the galaxy. The telescope spotted galaxies with redshifts of 13.20 and 12.63, meaning they're from about 13.5 billion years ago. The JWST also has a program called JADES, which spends a ton of telescope time on a small area of the sky. JADES has already found nearly 100,000 distant galaxies. By studying the light from these galaxies, scientists can figure out what they're made of and how many stars they have. It's like understanding how people grow up, but for galaxies. The James Webb Space Telescope is changing how we understand the universe. It's showing us amazing new galaxies, planets, and stars. It's only been up there since 2021, but it's already blowing our minds. It's helping us see the farthest galaxies and figure out what they're made of. It's even spotted a super old black hole, which is giving us clues about the early days of the cosmos. Scientists are using the telescope to look for even younger black holes and to study how galaxies form. They've even spotted a cluster of galaxies that's on its way to becoming one of the biggest in the universe. And it's not just galaxies. The telescope is also helping us learn about planets outside our solar system, called exoplanets. It can take pictures of them and figure out what they're made of. It even captured an image of a strange star surrounded by weird rings. Basically, the James Webb Space Telescope is taking us to the edge of the universe and showing us stuff we never thought possible. When we talk about the edge, we really mean the edge of what we can observe. That includes all the stars, galaxies, and stuff we can see from Earth or with our telescopes. The thing is, the whole universe, with a capital U, is way bigger than what we can actually see. We don't even know how big it really is. What we can see is about 93 billion light-years across. A light-year? Huge. It's like 5.88 trillion miles. So, yeah, 93 billion of those is mind-boggling. The universe is getting bigger all the time, and it's speeding up. As it expanded, stuff started clumping together because of gravity, which is how we got stars, galaxies, and even planets like Earth. Over time, all this stuff became super diverse. Even though the universe is huge, it's mostly empty. If you shrunk our whole solar system down to the size of a quarter, the next star would be like 2 soccer fields away. And that's just in our galaxy, the Milky Way. There are billions of galaxies in the part of the universe we can see. So, why can't we see everything? 2 reasons. 1. Light takes time to travel. When we look at far-off stuff, we're seeing it as it was in the past. The farther away it is, the further back in time we're looking. 2. The universe is expanding. Imagine dots on a balloon getting further apart as you blow it up. That's kind of like what's happening with galaxies. As space stretches, light from those galaxies stretches too, which makes it look redder. Eventually, some stuff will be too far away to see at all. That's why we haven't seen it all yet. What's beyond that edge we can see? People have been wondering about this forever. There are a few ideas. 1. It goes on forever, the universe just keeps going with no end. 2. It's finite but has no edge. Imagine a giant ball. If you keep going in one direction, you'd loop back to where you started. 3. The multiverse, our universe is just one of many. There could be tons of other universes out there with different rules. That's the theories. Now, what about that telescope? The James Webb Space Telescope is helping us figure some of this out. It can look really far back in time. Recently, it found some big galaxies that formed super early, like 500 to 700 million years after the Big Bang. Scientists were expecting to see small, new galaxies, but these were huge. They're as old as our Milky Way, with billions of times more stars than our Sun. The telescope can see things we can't normally see because it uses infrared light. That lets it pick up faint light from old stars and galaxies. It's like a time machine, showing us what the universe looked like 13.5 billion years ago. This is a big deal because the universe is thought to be about 13.7 billion years old. These galaxies are so big that they're messing with our understanding of how galaxies formed. These universe breakers showed up suddenly and surprised everyone. By studying the light from these galaxies, scientists can figure out what they're made of, how big they are, and how far away they are. It turns out this discovery wasn't even what scientists were expecting to find. It's even possible that some of the stuff the telescope found isn't galaxies at all, but maybe super big black holes. Another team of astronomers used the telescope to find the oldest, most distant galaxies ever. The light from these galaxies took over 13.4 billion years to reach us, dating back to when the universe was less than 400 million years old. The telescope also has a program called JADES, which is spending a month looking at a small part of the sky. So far, they've found almost 100,000 far-off galaxies. By studying the light from 250 of the faintest galaxies, they can figure out what they're made of and how many stars they have. It's like trying to understand people. The early years really shape how things turn out. It's an amazing time because the telescope is answering so many questions about the part of the universe we're able to observe. It's helping us understand galaxies, planets, stars, and all sorts of things. It's been up there since the end of 2021 and is expected to keep working for another 20 years. The JWST can see the farthest galaxies in detail and look back into the past. It's already found thousands of new galaxies that are older and farther away than we thought. It can also collect light from planets and new stars, figure out what they're made of, and see how they move. The JWST has even found what might be the oldest black hole ever, dating back to when the cosmos was very young. These black holes are super heavy and give off light. Scientists are using the telescope to look for more of these black holes and learn how they formed. Another thing they're looking at is a group of 7 galaxies that are interacting with each other. Scientists think this group will eventually become one of the oldest, largest groups of galaxies in the universe. The telescope is also helping us learn about planets outside our solar system. It can see these planets directly, which is pretty cool. One planet, called HIP 65426b, is a giant gas planet that's super far from its star. The telescope is also giving us new views of galaxies like M74, also called the Phantom Galaxy, with its spiral shape and areas where stars are forming. By combining pictures from the telescope with pictures from the Hubble Space Telescope, scientists can learn even more. Finally, the telescope took a picture of a star called WR140, which is surrounded by rings of dust. These rings aren't just a trick of the light, they're actually real. The star is losing a lot of matter, and that matter is interacting with a smaller star, creating the rings. So, yeah, the JWST is doing some pretty amazing stuff.